Comparing today's ICE to the Nazi SS. Historical background. The Nazi SS, Schutzstaffel, founded in 1925 as Adolf Hitler's personal bodyguard unit, evolved into a vast paramilitary organization under Heinrich Himmler by the 1930s. It encompassed the Gestapo, secret police, Waffen-SS, combat units, and oversaw the concentration and extermination camp system, playing a central role in the Holocaust and the murder of approximately 11 million people, including 6 million Jews. The SS enforced Nazi racial ideology through terror, mass arrests, torture, and genocide, operating with near absolute power outside legal norms in a totalitarian regime. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, established in 2003 under the Department of Homeland Security, focuses on enforcing federal immigration laws, including border security, deportations, and investigations into human trafficking and smuggling. As of 2026, ICE has been expanded under the Trump administration to conduct large-scale operations targeting undocumented immigrants, with goals of removing up to 20 million people. It employs about 20,000 personnel and operates detention facilities, but within the framework of U.S. laws and judicial oversight, though critics argue this oversight has eroded. Comparisons between ICE and the SS have surged in political discourse since 2025, often invoked by critics of immigration policies, while defenders decry them as inflammatory. These analogies highlight perceived parallels in tactics and authority, but are widely debated for minimizing the SS's uniquely genocidal role. Below is a balanced comparison based on historical and current analyses. Similarities. 1. Paramilitary structure and enforcement role. Both organizations function as elite enforcement arms of the state. The SS began as a protective squad, but grew into a paramilitary force enforcing Nazi ideology, including rounding up enemies of the state, like Jews, political dissidents, and minorities. ICE is described by some as a paramilitary entity, with armed agents conducting raids and detentions to enforce anti-immigration policies framed as protecting national purity. Critics point to ICE's use of tactical gear, no-knock entries, and mass arrests as echoing the SS's aggressive tactics during events like Kristallnacht. 2. Targeting vulnerable groups without full due process. The SS profiled and persecuted racial and political minorities, often detaining them in camps without trials or legal recourse, under the guise of protective custody. Similarly, ICE has been accused of warrantless arrests, prolonged detentions in facilities criticized as inhumane, and ignoring court orders in some cases. Reports from 2025 highlight ICE's operations involving family separations and detentions of asylum seekers, drawing parallels to the SS's systematic dehumanization. Both are seen as tools for ideological purity, racial for the SS, nationalistic for ICE. 3. Erosion of legal oversight and normalization of extraordinary powers. The SS operated beyond judicial review, evolving from a small unit to a terror machine by bypassing laws. Under recent expansions, ICE has recruited directly from military and police, bypassing local norms, and conducted operations with masked agents, raising concerns about accountability. This mirrors how the SS normalized violence through bureaucratic means. 4. Use of fear and intimidation. The SS instilled widespread terror to suppress dissent. ICE's raids, including at sensitive locations like schools and hospitals, have been likened to creating a climate of fear among immigrant communities, potentially discouraging resistance or reporting crimes. Differences. 1. Scale and intent. The SS was explicitly genocidal, responsible for systematic extermination on an industrial scale. ICE's mission is deportation and law enforcement, not mass murder. While detention conditions have been criticized, e.g. overcrowding, medical neglect, they do not equate to death camps. Deportees are returned to their countries, not executed. ICE operates in a democracy with elections, courts, and media scrutiny, unlike the SS in a dictatorship. 2. Legal framework and diversity. The SS was a purely ideological, Aryan supremacist force with no internal diversity. ICE enforces laws passed by Congress, includes diverse personnel, many Latino agents, and is subject to constitutional protections like habeas corpus, though enforcement is inconsistent. Critics note legal erosions, but ICE agents can be sued or investigated, unlike the SS's impunity. 3. Political context. The SS served a totalitarian regime worshipping war and collectivism. ICE exists in a capitalist democracy with individualistic values. Its expansions under Trump are policy-driven, not a core ideology like Nazism. Assaults on ICE agents have risen, over 1,000% reported in 2025, attributed partly to heated rhetoric, but this stems from public backlash, not state-orchestrated terror. 4. Transparency and uniforms. Unlike the SS, which wore identifiable uniforms to project power, some ICE operations involve unmarked vehicles and masked agents, emphasizing secrecy over overt intimidation. Proposed laws like the No Secret Police Act aim to require identification, highlighting ongoing reforms absent in the Nazi era. Conclusion. While some tactics and expansions of authority under ICE evoke historical echoes of the SS, particularly in critics' eyes as a tool for targeting minorities and bypassing norms, the analogy is often seen as hyperbolic and risky, as it dilutes the unique horrors of the Holocaust. ICE remains bound by democratic institutions, however imperfectly, and lacks the genocidal intent that defined the SS. Such comparisons reflect deep societal fears about authoritarian drift, but should be approached cautiously to avoid inciting violence or oversimplifying complex issues. For a deeper dive, consulting Holocaust scholars or legal experts on immigration is recommended.
If today's message spoke to your heart, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Together, we'll keep uncovering the living words written in red, words that never fade. Dive into the heart of the Gospels with the red words of the Christ, a profound and illuminating exploration of the words spoken by Jesus Christ. This beautifully crafted book brings together the teachings, parables, and divine wisdom of Jesus as found in the New Testament, offering readers a focused and inspiring journey through his transformative message. Receive your copy today by visiting Amazon. The link will be in the description.